I'm Jim Engledow. I've lived in Carmel since 1958, so I predate the park system. I served on the board for 20 years. I just retired, or actually thought it was time for somebody else to kind of get in there and have their impact on the board. I served as president numerous years. I don't know exactly how many, but it was really an honor. Served with a lot of really fine people, a lot of fine vendors, and of course the public in general. We wouldn't be where we're at without them.
I'm Rich Taylor. I'm current board president. Been a board member for 10 years. Moved to the community in 2005. Blessed to be part of such a great team, and had Mr. Engledow here as a longtime mentor of mine, one of the first people I met when I moved to the community. So just grateful to be a part of the team and be able to help any way that I can.
I was approached, my first interactions actually went back when I was a little boy prior to the park system, and I would come up here with my grandfather to the Flowing Well Park, just like many, many people do. And we'd fill glass jugs, with the best water in the world, and those always sat in his refrigerator. Judy approached me, Judy Hagan, who was the trustee at that time, asked me if I might consider serving on the park board. So I visited a couple of meetings, and I was lucky. That was at the time when the 5-year plan, beginning in 2001, moving forward, the master plan was being developed. And that included Central Park finishing up with the Monon. Lots of really cool, interesting things. And I thought perhaps with my background both in business and in horticulture that I might be able to help. And so I accepted that. And like I said, 20 years later, 5 directors later, I decided to step down and turn it over to younger guys like this.
I was first approached about joining the board after the Monon Community Center was open, and I was asked to serve, really, I believe, because of my finance and business background, and really to help the board set policy and remove barriers for the management team to implement their best practices and policies and procedures and goals that were identified, really sort of through that master planning process. And I've really enjoyed helping the team, just removing barriers and obstacles to allow them to achieve their goals, be successful.
I'd say the biggest accomplishment is basically, and I've got kind of my own little term here, we went from 0 to 60 in a very short period of time. We're a young parks department. We're just now turning 30 years old, which is why you're talking to us. And in that time, we have achieved 2 Capra Awards and 2 Gold Medal Awards from National Parks and Recreation, which is 1, the highest that they can do, and 2, kind of unheard of. I think that speaks so highly to the commitment that the staff, the supporting funding bodies, and everyone else have made to Parks Department. We would not be here without them doing it. And so I think that's to go from 1 park and 2 or 3 people to one of the top park systems of our size, the top park system of our size in the United States, speaks very highly to the people that were all involved.
I would agree. I think some of our biggest accomplishments are directly tied to the policies and accreditation processes that Parks has gone through with all of this growth happening, winning back-to-back gold medal awards from NRPA and the Academy is really unheard of. We set the bar high for other communities within our size and classification, and to win a gold medal the first time we ever applied for accreditation, and then to go back the first time we were up for the gold medal award again, and to win it a second time, I think speaks volumes to the team and to the past leadership and present leadership of the park system. Those were huge accomplishments in my mind. And also, I always like to plug the other awards that we have won, particularly around our adaptive programming. It is speaks to me, and it is and is important.
Well, I hope we accomplish as much as we did in the first 30 years. For reasons that I mentioned before, land starting to get very scarce and things. Excuse me. But I hope that everyone continues with the same values, the environmental stewardship, quality in everything we do, seeking information from the public, because everything we built is relatively new. Let's call it within the last 20 years, and everything has a finite life to it. And what you see in a lot of bigger cities is a brand new park, but then 15 years down the line, it's kind of beat up and it needs some help. And I would hope that keeping the existing park system in as good a shape as it is, while continuing to expand, would be a priority. And that involves dollars. That it involves dollars and people caring about what our park system. So that would be my goal for the next 30 years. That when I am of the ripe old age of, my goodness, that'll be 95, that I could sit at these same picnic tables and look out over the beautiful environment, and that everything still looks good.
I would agree that for the next 30 years, maintaining the quality and maintenance of our existing park system, while we've just acquired new property in Northwest Clay, developing that park to be a nice regional amenity, and keeping up with the maintenance and the quality and engagement are key. I also think another important asset that we have in this community that has been undervalued and not appreciated and engaged like it should be is the White River. And with the current White River Vision Plan, I hope that the park system can really engage the community to accomplish some of the goals set forth in that plan, and really to be able to engage and embrace our community's biggest natural asset, which is the White River. And I hope over the next 30 years we're able to accomplish a lot of goals related to the White River.
Mine has to be West Park. It's the closest park to our house. Um, I was out there for the grand opening, and then we had Arbor Day out there and planted lots of trees. And the grandkids in particular enjoy the splash pad and the old playground, which is all being renewed and redone. But it serves a purpose. It not only is there recreation, but there is also, if you just want to go stand on the boardwalk and watch the ducks or fight with the geese or whatever you want to do, you could do that. And I think the addition that we just recently made with the Jill Perlman Pavilion is a great addition out there. It's bringing more people, more activities. We were lined up down the drive to vote last year, and you could see off to the side the new construction, and that's what everybody was talking about in line. What are they doing over there? What's going to happen there? And so lots of public interest. And again, I think you're attracted to the park that's closest to you, because we can be there in about 3 minutes and not have to, and with the kids, not have to pack everything up and all that kind of good stuff. So West Park.
I would say my favorite park is Flowing Well Park. And I would say that's not for the reasons why most people think of Flowing Well Park. And so, it's one of the first parks. We're not talking about Carmel, but one of the first parks.
Right.
And it's not for the well. Interesting enough, it is for the ability. It's a hidden gem back there in the natural trail system, and we're getting a lot of feedback now from what I love about the park is now with the new restroom facility and the new sort of entry way and the additional parking into Flowing Well Park, people are really realizing the trail system and the ability to access and play. There's literally a beach along Cool Creek back there that you can sit with a lawn chair and almost like you're at the beach for the day. And I just love that park. It is close. It is close to my house, so that does play. But when I'm just looking for a place to go get out into nature and to have my kids do some creek stomping, that's where we love to go.
I think we would both be remiss if we did not recognize the quality of the staff
Yes.
that we have had over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
We get really good people and then they decide to take an opportunity someplace else. And you know what? We replace them with equal or better people.
Mm-hmm.
And once you develop a winner, people come looking for you. You don't have to beat the bushes. And we've just had outstanding leadership from all the directors, and it just permeates through the entire staff. It's not just the director. So I don't want to leave them out of this equation because we may provide the leadership, we may provide the funding, but they do the work. And
longtime board members and park advocates like Jim has really set the stage for the culture and the commitment to Carmel Clay Parks. And then with that, hiring Mark Westermeyer and then Michael Klitzing and Curtis Baumgartner, and they put together one of the top executive teams in the country, management teams in the country, and then this organizational culture to engage management and decisions, and even including developing their own departmental budgets, to really have them committed and engaged to their mission and goals, has set us up to be, and which we are, one of the best park systems in the nation, and that comes from the top, just like Jim says. And we've been blessed to have an amazing management team to implement the policies and vision of the board of directors, and that leads to great success.